So we're going to be working on today the Gay-Lussac's law, which is similar to Boyle's law, which we worked on before. And it basically says that pressure 1 is ratio to temperature 1 and pressure 2 is ratio to temperature 2. So the way that we're going to work on that is we're going to solve this problem. And here we have temperature 1 and we have pressure 1 and we have temperature 2 and we're trying to find pressure 2. So the way that we work on that is by reworking the formula. So we have P1 over T1 equals P2 over T2. We already know what the T's are, so we need to find out what P2 is. So in order to do that, we need to basically get the P2 alone. So you can rework the formula. T2, remember whatever and so that cancels out. Same thing on the top of the bottom, cancel out. So now we have to remember whatever we do on one side of the equal sign, we have to do on the other side of the equal sign. So now we can take P2 and equals P1 over T1 times T2. So we know what P1 is, yep, and we know what T2 is, yep, and we know what T1 is. Only thing is that it has to be done in Kelvin. Can't be using Celsius, so we have to convert Celsius over to Kelvin. So remember, Kelvin equals degrees Celsius plus 273 degrees. And let's round it. We don't need to do 273.15. We'll just do 273. But if your professor is a stickler, you can do 273.15. So our T1 would be 273 plus 30 equals 303 for T1, and T2 would be 273 plus 50, that's here, equals 312, and so 323. So our second temperature is one is 303 and the other one is 323. So now we can take our formula. P2 equals P1 over T1 times T2. So we can just plug in the numbers now. P1, that's 6. So 6. And we're going to put P2. Oops, let's move that over. So we have P2 equals 6 over T1 is 303 times T2, which is 323, which we then can just do basic math, which equals 6 times 323, which is 1938. 1938 divided by 303, which equals 6.396, which would be 6.396, which we can then round up to 6.4 is our pressure 2. So that'd be ATM or atmospheres. Another thing that you can do, another way to solve this problem, is to cross multiply. And the way cross multiply would be to take P1 over T1 equals P2 over T2. So now you have Uh, P1 is 6 over 303, and then multiply. Um, I'm sorry, it would be equal. And then P2, we'll just put P2, and then T2 would be 323. And so then it'd be 6 times 323, which is 1938, this is 1938, equals P2 times 303. We divide by 303. Remember, whatever you do on one side of the equal sign, you have to do on the other side of the equal sign. And then it ends up to be the same thing that we did before, which is 1938, which gives us 6.3396, which is approximately equal to 6.4 atmospheres, which we round up. So that's it, and we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks now.